You really about to, you really about to do it?
Yeah, they
Break the game, but you can't fake influence.
Go to Nana. Go to Nana. Go.
Yakers in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
You can't fake influence. That was one of the biggest things Drake was stuck on this whole time. And Drake sexuals, a lot of y'all very aggressive, but I'm not scared of none of y'all. As aggressive as y'all, I'm not scared of none of y'all. But y'all be careful out there. Drake sexuals are violent. Drake, he's more known. Drake, he gets more views. You can get views. You can be more known, but one thing you can't do is fake influence.
I'm trying to say Drake doesn't have influence. Like, what's wrong with you?
No, he has influence, but it's not like Kendrick's on the culture. On the culture. That's what I'm talking about. When I say influence, I'm talking about the culture. I'm not talking about nothing else. Drake don't got no influence on the culture at all. At all. Kendrick hits more with the culture.
Yeah.
Drake hits more with commercial. See, Mos Def made a statement on a podcast not too long ago. We can agree that Yasin Bey, Mos Def, is a staple, is a forefather in the culture. We can agree to that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure you wasn't saying that stupid.
No, as long as you can, I can respect that.
I want to make sure. But here we go. This is a podcast he did on the. Let me give credit to the content creator, the cutting room floor. All right.
I know.
Drake is
we're here
pop.
for truth. We're here for truth.
Drake is pop to me.
Right, that's fair. In the sense that it's charting like pop music, popular music.
In the sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song. So it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Or it's
Commercial music,
shopping with an edge in certain instances. Or...
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's
I get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's
formulaic music that is...
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it... I'm going to leave you alone. We're going to move on.
Woo! So many products. So
many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising, so many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Ah, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. Okay. What happens when this thing collapses? This is the thing.
Did he predict the downfall of Drake? This was over a year ago. Before the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, he said, what's going to happen when it collapses? He was letting you know.
The thing that we're talking about is like, nobody wants to talk about is like, what happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling. Where's the message that I can...
Now listen, I'm not saying Yasin Bey is a prophet, but this was in January 14th, 2024. So this is way before the stuff even popped off. When did the beef popped off? Hip Hop Detect was on the scene, yes. But we ain't putting nobody in prison.
That's a cutlet.
So October 6th is when First Person Shooter dropped, 2023. And then the response comes out on March 22nd, 2024.
It wasn't a response.
It was a response.
It was not a response.
What is it, John?
It's a declaration of war. Now, what was said, that's what you need to know is that Drake tried to send this song to Kendrick.
Hold on.
And he was supposed to be on first person shooter mode. Aha. That's how they connected.
Hold on.
And that's when, I guess you could say,
it's a shot, John. I know you don't want to admit it. It's a shot. It's a shot.
It's a declaration of war.
Declaration of war, shot, whatever you want to call it.
That's what Kendrick started. Drake clearly was out the way. J. Cole is the middle child, clearly. He wanted to cause peace. He wanted to cause peace between the older brothers, but they not going for that. So I can't even say he's the middle child no more. He's like a baby brother now.
The founding of hip hop resonates more with Kendrick's message than it does with Drake's message. Kendrick's message is more about family, being a man, raising your children, spirituality, the history, the art form.
Like, when people talk about rap, man, the conversations I hear, they think it's just rap and it's not an actual art form.
That's what the culture is really about. It's not just about materialistic and streams. That's what you Drake sexuals talk about. Numbers. I'm one away from Michael Jackson. But the thing about what makes Kendrick so special and unique is the fact that he's able to still be his authentic core self and stay true to the culture and still get the numbers and still get the awards. That's what makes Kendrick different, because most of those rappers that like Kendrick don't get the recognition. That's why I'm smiling from temple to temple like Magic Johnson every time I see this man win.
All I hope is that he gives Drake his flowers, because without Drake, let's be honest, this is probably the peak of his career. Which, I mean, you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest. This has been the biggest Kendrick has been. And Drake is the one that put everyone on to Kendrick. So, in hip-hop, in history, it always shows that you can't be the king of the game forever. It's always going to be a new one. Someone's going to try to take over. Someone's going to be the next big thing. Hip-hop is always going to evolve. And Drake's been running it for like 10 plus years. Like, I grew up with Drake. I grew up with Kendrick. I grew up with Cole. But I know they can only run the game and carry hip-hop on their shoulders for so long.
Can we settle this already? Are you trying to say that Kendrick started? Because that's what people want to know. Who started it? I'm saying it's Drake.
Oh, yeah, it was Kendrick.
You think it was Kendrick that started?
He started it and they finished it. So, I give him that.
You think he started this rap battle? He started.
Yeah. It ain't no think. I know. He should never said that. If he didn't say, for all your dogs getting buried, I got a K with all this 9, like, that's a pet cemetery. Like, that bar right there set it off. No one, we was loving first person shooter mode. We definitely would have won like a remix with Kendrick on there. You know, this is a selfish game. So you gonna have to fight for the top. You gotta be dirty. And Kendrick not only took the shot, but he hit him. And he's winning. Drake is already doing his own thing. He out the country, which I mean, yeah. What else you gonna do? You gotta make your money. So, ain't going. And I mean, it's already been shown in plenty of clips that people still rock with Drake. The fans still like him.
So you're saying that Kendrick started the beef, started the rap.
Kendrick started it and he ended it.
Well, I'll say this: Drake definitely started, but Kendrick definitely ended it. Drake started it because he's been taking shots for years. He's been passive aggressive the whole time. The only reason you're saying, in my opinion, and a lot of Drake's stands and sexuals are saying that Kendrick started is simply because Kendrick is more direct.
I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Kendrick is the homie that he'll be real with you. If he got a problem with you, he gonna be like,
I'm gonna give you one more time. And you're through.
It may look like on a surface level, if you just listen to somebody like John or other Drake sexuals and stands out there saying that he started it, but Kendrick is just direct. That's all.
Kendrick started it. Drake got hurt, and he went try to go for the jugular.
Let us know what y'all think. Do y'all think Kendrick or Drake started in the comment section if y'all comment on this video? Now, I made comments about Drake.
I don't mean that like Drake won't ever be able to tour again, because he'll have his Canadian brew and he'll be able to go perform in Bangladesh somewhere, and over there in Sweden, and over there in the Blue Oyster Bar in some other foreign country with a bunch of guys tied up,
Yeah, that's a lot of details. You're not funny. You're not funny.
But nevertheless, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be Ja Rule like, but it's gonna be something similar.
Now, when I made those comments, people were saying all different things. Just look at the comments that were coming in. There was a lot of crazy comments. A lot of y'all was just speaking from a place of hurt. I could tell who was the sexuals and who were the sane people in the mix. But you had some people saying things like, "Who's sitting here believing in a little ninja whose shorts high as hell?"
Oh, I agree.
My shorts, Demetrius. The last letter in your name is L. Let that sink in. You focusing on my shorts, but you ain't focusing on the L that your boy took. sounds like a personal shot. Let it go, move on. So with all these different comments, you see the comments, with all these different crazy comments people were making, everyone shouldn't be allowed to purchase a microphone. You even had one Drake section that got on Facebook, and I'll post it up, really took the same handle Drake has in his name, Champagne Poppy, and made his name Champagne MJ. Took the same Instagram handle and put it on his social media handle because he's that fanned out, and said, I'm delusional, I don't know what I'm talking about.
You crazy about Ja Rule. Like, have you not seen the show? Pull up a clip right now. You can pull up a clip right now.
What clip, John?
Drake literally putting his microphone down and the crowd going crazy and singing the whole lyrics.
You talking about in Melbourne?
Yeah, in Australia, that's where the Anita McSween, that's where he at doing the tour. Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
I want to know what y'all know.
I said he will. You heard the clip? I said he will be able to perform overseas. I said it. I didn't say that he wouldn't.
The irony, and it just made sense because I knew even back then that would probably be the route because he was either gonna be that or he's just gonna chill. So it's like, and Drake, he not really that much of a chill type person, even though he been dropping he's been dropping a lot. So it's like he should have been. If Kendrick ever took a shot at him and this whole beef thing go on, he probably would have been chilling.
Gotta pay back that loan. You can't afford to chill.
He was gonna be chilling. He was gonna be chilling. He been dropping a lot of music. Like that's the thing about what makes Drake and the Drake run so serious because he's so consistent. Like he's not stopping. Like he keep dropping banger after banger after banger. People want to play and say these plays little games and say it and lie, talking about what hit did Drake make? What class did Drake's got? Like you're stupid and you're ignorant. I'm not gonna argue with you. And I'm pretty sure your music taste is trash. So, like I said, I appreciate Kendrick's run, Kendrick's peak. And I mean, go crazy as much as you can, but just know, Drake is not going nowhere. Like, I don't know why y'all trying to act like, just because, yes, I admit, I already told you this already. Yes, Drake lost.
So you accepted that? Okay, at least you accepted that. It's some guys out there that are literally saying if he maybe lost, I'm
not biased at all.
I'm like, maybe lost.
The only person, and this the only
what's
person
wrong with you?
And this is the only person I say he lost to because y'all trying to say he lost to Pusha T. All Pusha T was revealed he had a stripper baby mama with a child. Like that was not big news at all.
Yuck.
Like y'all tripping. All he did was did a gossip news break. Like, bro, that was all right. Like, okay, Drake still killed them. It don't even matter. Now, like I said, Drake, yeah, he lost, but Drake he's still the GOAT. That don't take his GOATness away. Like, you still, like, the accolades are still there, the award is still there, the platinum is still there, the money is still there.
The money?
The hits is still there.
All right. So, it sounds like you're partially accepting. You're doing a partial. You're trying to do a layaway acceptance. Like you're accepting half of the defeat, but you're not accepting the entire thing. You're accepting the fact that he lost the rap battle, but you're not accepting the fact that he's not the #1 guy anymore. Like I said, he wouldn't be.
No, I'm not even gonna say that because
he's not the #1 guy.
I can't. No, I'll give him that.
He's not.
He probably don't. He's not gonna be the #1 guy, but I wouldn't say his position is too far off. So he could be #2. He definitely a strong #2. So we can give him that.
So you don't think he looks lame in this whole process?
Nah.
You don't think from
I say the worst
suing to LeBron?
No, that suing part was kind of lame.
He looks lame, John.
Because
he gets lamer and lamer.
He did.
Then you want to come out and sue and talk about his lies, but you was lying.
I'm still like, it's still a good song.
You over there in the West Coast with some real members over there, and you talking about the friend is messing with this dude's child, woman's wife, and all this type of stuff.
He was saying a whole bunch of stuff, but I mean,
he could have got him hurt, John.
Drake, Drake a little roughed up too because
But what if they believe Drake? What would that and something happened to Dave Free?
What if it was true? What are you trying to say?
The point is, it's clearly not true because she popped up on the screen talking about you haven't seen the children in 6 months or something like that. Drake made some lie up, and you see Whitney on the video with the babies dancing, and you see Kendrick and Dave Free shaking up in the video
with the white beater on.
Yes, classic. So obviously, who was really lying?
But there's some Drake stuff. I mean, Kendrick was lying too. I mean, where's the child?
John, that's not the point. That's not the point.
People forget about that.
The thing is,
what if
Kendrick
you
is not suing nobody. That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
Kendrick is keeping it on rap. Drake is taking it to the courts. The moment you take it to the courts, you're in officially a lane. That's why I say, that's another reason why I say I don't ever see him coming back from this. Had he not gone from the courts, he might have been able to make a comeback. But the fact that you went to the courts, you're never going to be able at that same status. I just said you might be something Ja Rule like. Now you might be worse than Ja, because at least Ja can still tour a little bit. You might be done in the States. You done in the States, buddy.
It still ain't over. The memes are still here.
He took it to the courts.
TikTok, the fans are gonna be fans, and the stands are definitely gonna be stands.
This is worse than 6ix9ine in my opinion. I'm sorry.
People that you say that's not believing that he lost, they're still here, and the number is gonna even grow even more. All I know is this: Kendrick has to stay consistent, or his spot will be taken quickly, and we know by who, because we will quickly forget, and we don't care. So
take it to the courts. You lost to me.
What made Drake so great and so dominant is that consistency and just hits. And if you a fan of Party Next Door, you know Drake and Party Next Door, they don't miss. So it's like there's not one bad song with them on there. So let's be honest, it's already a classic. It's already being deemed as a classic already. I'm gonna compare this to GNX, which I mean they shouldn't.
That's like, why would you compare a hip hop album to an R&B album?
People do this.
That's so stupid.
It's the same thing when people compare a point guard to a small forward. Two different positions. It's not really fair. You got the PND fans coming. You got the Drake fans coming. He already sold out all of Australia, so let's get that out of the way. Get that out the way. He got the money. It's there.
I guess what's the moral of the story in this whole instance? This has been a longer video, but a longer response. We don't really do a lot of reactions. We do responses. I believe in mentally responding instead of emotionally reacting. Over here heated. The moral of the story, I would say, is pretty much learn to take your L's. Because if you don't take your L's, all you're gonna do is continue to take more L's like Drake, especially when you're famous. Had Drake taken his L faster, this all could have went away. So young people out there, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you're hearing me, take your L's. Every L, as we always like to say, is not a loss, it's a lesson. Take those lessons and move forward, because the more L's you take without accepting it, you will continue to take more and it'll get worse for you.
No matter what L you take that L, you just throw it in the trash. You learn from it, but you throw it in the trash, because you know what? You will crush your enemies. And whatever is that's standing in front of you, you better pray that it's not in the way. That goes for any and everybody. So, yeah.
Why you trying to talk all sultry to Drake? Like, you all try to talk in a deep, very white voice.
See, I never said that. I was
Just
talking to
take your
Drake,
L. It is what it is. It's been another great response video. Thanks for keep rocking with us. We gonna see y'all next time. I'm Jeremiah.
Lil Jon.
Deuces.